The David situation is disturbing. Video by Jamari. Let's see what he talking about. I already kind of know the situation, but I want to see if you got some more context or background about dude. All I really know is he has popular sounds on TikTok that I just put two and two together. That is him. And you probably heard it too.
Artist out there named David, born March 28, 2005, and raised in Houston, Texas. His come-up story is actually pretty insane. The guy was a YouTuber trying to be the next big gaming streamer, and so back in 2018, he was creating Fortnite content, including montages.
So basically, I played Fortnite from 2017 to 2021. I became a YouTuber. I was playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, all these different type of games to try to become like the biggest next thing, streamer, Kai Cenat, everything.
Where he was routinely using the most mainstream trending music to get more eyes on his videos, because at that time he was completely unknown.
The songs have an
Oh, he about to explain it.
algorithm to them. So let's say two people use, I don't know, Halo, and then 3 people use them, 4 people use them. That song, if you hear it in enough videos, your video will be the one that goes up. I don't know how it works, but on YouTube, that's how it works for Fortnite.
So you literally...
Yeah, I thought he was going to explain how it worked on TikTok. But if it's a sound on TikTok that's trending and you got to find like a sweet spot between sounds. So if it ain't too popular, but it's really popular, it depends on how it works for you, bro. But if you find a nice sound and you put it on your video, even just having the sound attached to it and having it completely muted and having a whole different song playing, you still will get your video boosted up in the algorithm or on people for you pages just by using that sound. But he said YouTube, so
nothing changed in what you were doing. All you did was put one song in.
Put a song in the video.
That is until David's worst nightmare came true, and almost every video he had ever made got copyrighted overnight for using the music. And so
yeah, that copyright on YouTube ain't no hoe. It ain't no hoe on YouTube. Use a song, bro. I think even in like real songs they suggested to me I used on other channels, still copyright strike. I'm like, you suggested a song for me to use, bro, and it'd be like real music or trending music. Mute your whole video. This contains copyright. This could get taken. Like it's ridiculous, bro. I remember older YouTube, you was dang near able to use whatever you wanted to.
David breaks down, he calls his mom crying, and she says if you want to fix your problem, then you should just make your own music. So then David literally starts recording into his phone and creates his first song on a free music editing software. He posts it up to SoundCloud, it starts getting plays, and the rest is really history.
And I made the song called You and I, which now has, 94 million streams. My second song I ever made. Put it in the montage, and I tagged it on Twitter.
Bro, this shit is so insane. I know where this is going to go because I know what he did, and I'm learning about how he came up. But to go off on a tangent real quick, you a video away from being a household name. Basically, being changing your life, financially setting yourself up forever, depending on how you handle your money. Like, you a video away, bro, but it's insane. Second song, dude. Second song. And you want to do what you did? You had every...
Twitter. First Fortnite player to use his own song in a video. That was the title. And, bro, everyone was using the song after that day. Like, the Fortnite streamers that I was watching and looked up to were using my song. Everybody was using my song, bro. Crazy, because it was royalty free, because nobody's getting copyright strikes.
David was a pioneer for doing this because he actually sounded pretty good. It's actually pretty reminiscent of the blog era back when I was a teenager, when rappers like Logic and Skizzy Mars were blowing up from phase montages back then in the early 2010s. So he was making the Fortnite videos with his music, and then he started making trending sounds on TikTok by recording covers of already popular songs, and then pitching the audio all the way up to give it that classic Alvin and the Chipmunks sound.
I got 500,000 followers off that, bro. But then
it's so crazy because I would have never. This is what I'm talking about when I said you wouldn't have been able to put his face to these songs because it sounded like this. I thought people was just taking the original songs and just pitching them up and slowing them down like how they usually do. You can find 1 million of them on YouTube.
Literally 2 TikToks later was the Romantic Homicide one, which has like 16 million views.
Wait, what?
Everybody, my mom was commenting on this one, bro.
Wait,
Like,
so you made this one as Alvin still?
dude, yeah.
Let me hear.
Still, same thing. Everything is crazy.
He actually credits making those covers as the place where he honed his sound.
So the reason why you developed your style was just because you were pretending to be Alvin the Chipmunk.
Dude, yeah.
That's insane.
And from here, David would explode onto the scene in 2022 with his actual music, ironically with his most popular song called Romantic Homicide. Understand that his music was especially trending on TikTok, which at the time was the platform producing smash hits from all kinds of unknown artists.
To most people, they go into a studio, they have a professional microphone, they have like a mixing board, there's a person who makes the beat, there's a whole thing. He does everything in his cell phone.
I mean, understand that David's rise was a matter of months, going from completely unknown to a massive internet musician. I mean, I would say that he showed off around as much internet prowess as someone like Lil Nas X, who also really utilized social media kinda in a different way for his blow-up.
It hit 78 on Billboard a week and a half later.
And so the guy was getting billions of views and plays across the internet. His debut album, Withered, was released earlier this year. It sold 30,000 units and reached number 13 on the Billboard Hot 200. And overall, he was really on the brink of becoming a more mainstream artist, not just popular on the internet. He would even go on tour last year, opening up for SZA, and the guy was currently headlining his own tour.
You feel me? We're in the mini arena, you know what I'm saying? We got multiple levels. We done upgraded, you feel me? Last time I was here was with SZA. Now we headlining it. Let's go crazy and go stupid and go dumb. You feel me?
So like, where the push? I want to know where's the push to like want to do all of this when you wanted to be a streamer, like you wanted to be a famous Fortnite player, like because you gotta want to like I guess he just found a love for wanting to go on tour and the money and stuff push you towards wanting to do shows and go on tour, but yeah, if I wanted to just be on the internet, I would have just remained on the internet and let that song be popular. Like, I mean, I've seen plenty of people who, like, have a popular song and they just want to be DDG, for example. I still see DDG as just is more of a YouTuber than I do a rapper, even though he is both. He a rapper with a song that charted before with a hit, Moonwalking in Calabasas. So I'm like, hey, maybe you just keep doing the YouTube thing if that's what you wanted to do, but I guess keep going with the music. I mean, it worked out for him.
Yeah.
So clearly David had some die-hard fans of his music. He was relatively young and at the beginning of a very popular career. But now it looks like he has potentially thrown all of that away, and even potentially his own life, as his story has taken a very dark turn. It really all started when a Tesla was impounded in a Los Angeles tow yard. The car was brought in from Hollywood Hills after people reported it abandoned since the beginning of the summer, which was right around the time that David began his tour. Obviously, it's been hot outside and a rancid smell started to come from the back of the car, and the people who work at the impound lot noticed this, and really without a better way to say it, inside the trunk contained the human remains of a 15-year-old girl who had been missing since last summer 2024, named Celeste Rivas. Understand that she had already run away.
13. This part I already knew about. I told you I knew some pieces of it. I just didn't know his whole story. Dog got a complete rags to riches story, right? The stuff you see in movies, like the blow up, and was running around with a little girl, quite literally a little girl, 13 years old, and it's been known that he was around this girl like previously. So I don't know how low the number get, but it's too low for me right now at 13 even. So, at the bare minimum, starting out, because it's about to escalate, you're a predator. You know what I'm saying? Bare minimum, you're a predator and you're a weirdo, first of all. And I'm going to expand on this as the stuff, more and more stuff comes out. Because why? You know, and I hate that this little girl who was involved with him is now dead, and nobody could have did anything or found this girl before she was harmed even more than she already was. Because it saddens me. I'm sick to my stomach, like, reacting to this. I'm sick for the family. It's a little girl, man. Like, why is it always famous people and little girls? Why can't y'all just crash out in clubs and do drugs and go to rehab and be alcoholics on your own time and leave the kids alone? Destroy your life. You don't need to destroy others. Destroy your own life because you in control of that. But yeah, you would think, because I was gonna say something, but it just don't even matter. You would think when you had this astronomical rise, you would be like, I got my pick of whatever I got. Let me just, leave the child alone. I don't know, but we've seen it with famous people all the time. Like, there's stuff come out about them having inappropriate relationships with minors. It's ridiculous, man.
From home multiple times, but this was the occasion where she was not seen again and her family wanted answers. And this is where David comes into the picture, as the Tesla was registered under his name.
Using human remains wrapped in a bag that we now know belonged to Rivas. Eyewitness News has learned she was found wearing a tube top, black leggings, a yellow metal bracelet, and metal stud earrings. She also had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, "Shh."
Now listen to what they said there about the tattoo, because it's actually really important.
She also had a tattoo on her right index finger that said, "Shh."
I want you to take a wild guess who else has a matching tattoo on his hand. That's right, that man David. They both reportedly have the very same tattoo that just reads, "Shh." And apparently that's how they were able to identify.
I took this little girl into a tattoo shop and said, you know what? Let's get matching tattoo. Sick human being.
Identify her was through this tattoo. Like I said, her body was dismembered. And just listen to what her mother, who did publicly release her identity, had to say.
Her daughter had been missing all of this time. She told us that she was aware that there was a boyfriend named David.
And that her daughter had a tattoo with the letters "Shh" on her right index finger.
That the color of the ink of that tattoo was red, which was something that police had not released to the public.
So obviously this looks like a really bad situation for David right now, as it allegedly appears that he might have been having a relationship with someone underage, and then potentially he ended her life and stuffed her in the back of his car, leaving her there to rot.
So what inspired the hook, "In the Back of My Mind You Died," is kind of like the storytelling aspect of the lyrics that came before it, in a way that it builds up to the big moment where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
And keep in mind, guys, if
This is like some YNW Melly stuff, bro. Like, it seemed like it was on his mind to do this, and like he was thinking about doing this, and I'm hoping the police doing their job, because a lot of this stuff, whether people like it or not, a lawyer with his resources could say it's circumstantial. So the car is solid. If they find some way, the car, I think, is something solid. I'm not a police officer. I'm not a detective. The car seemed like something solid to pin them together, and the fact that the mother knew him and his name was David, unless she was dating two Davids and had another David with a matching tattoo on their finger. Like, I hope the car is, quote unquote, the smoking gun. Otherwise, finding like whatever was used and linking it back to him. So, police, do your job, even though a lot of the internet is being helpful in this situation of bringing stuff to light about what's actually going on and piecing stuff together. I would think that the police is using that because in the light of using internet stuff and using lyrics, like his lyrics will definitely be used against him. Like it's like, I did it, but it was just a song. Like I said I was gonna do it, but it was art. Like, nah, bro. Nah.
These allegations have any truth, that means she was more like 13 to 14 years old when she went missing. To make matters even worse, when you look into his music, he's made a music video where he puts a body into the trunk of his car. There is other imagery and videos where a girl who looks like her disappears as he grieves the end of their love. Apparently, David was creating a funeral atmosphere at his shows with actual caskets. And he also name-dropped this girl Celeste allegedly on a now-leaked song that was allegedly written back in December of 2023.
This is like the guilt like coming out in the form of what he actually did. Like it seemed like demonic was going on and rubbing it in everybody's face that what you did. Man.
Now, when the car was initially discovered and linked to him and they found the body in the trunk, this guy just kept on touring like nothing happened. But more recently, it has been reported that he is working with the police and in turn has had to cancel several of his tour dates.
As last we heard, he was cooperating.
Oh, they said he turned himself in. See, they said he was I heard the cooperating part, but that just said he turned himself in. So is he in custody?
LAPD is not naming him a suspect at this point or a person of interest. We're waiting to hear more from them.
I mean, how this guy could not be a person of interest, I do not know.
I just think the news is full of shit. He is most definitely a person of interest. What do you mean he's not a person of interest, bro? He most definitely is, bro. It always, like, especially if he was linked to have a romantic relationship. How many times have we seen the Law and the Order episode, this stuff on TV where it's somebody that they know, or it's a lover or something like that? They look at that person first. They ask that person first. He most definitely is a person of interest and a suspect, bro. Stop playing.
Like, if there had to be at least one person of interest in this situation, it would be him. Some people are even speculating that the two showed up on an IRL stream together, but that is yet to be confirmed. I've seen alleged messages from her brother. People are claiming that she was in the back of a picture that David took on Discord in 2023. Others are claiming there are pictures of him paying people off who might have information. But of course, at this time, this is all merely speculation. It's also important to note that there will be a lot of people online trying to like piece together the information that are not going to be getting things 100% right. So you should take everything with a grain of salt, but I will say right now it's not looking good for this guy at all. Also, if you look at footage from his shows, most of his fans do appear to be younger teenagers. No! That's the dude from Fortnite, bro! And honestly, if the guy did do it, I just don't understand how he could be so dumb to just allegedly leave this car out there for months. Like, even if we assume there was foul play from some sort of outside party here, like, how could you just not care about your car? I don't know, the situation is one of the weirder ones we've probably ever seen. I'm sure we will get a lot of answers here in the coming days. I don't know if this is just like police protocol to not make
No, it's an update. Hold on, y'all. It's an update. Y'all sit tight. David's situation gets much worse. Capital much worse. Now, we got the background, we got the lore. I personally think he's guilty, but I am not judge, jury, nor the executioner. So let's see what the update is, bro. I think he did it. I think he did. I'm just gonna come straight out and say, I think dog guilty. The songs, the music videos, the performances, the imagery, like, yeah. It's your Tesla. It's hard to break into Teslas. Like, somebody come with something crazy, because he just said it got something that dispelled this, because I think dog did it.
made a video about the ongoing situation with music artist David and how he had potentially ruined his entire career and life due to his potential involvement with the missing 14-year-old girl named Celeste Hernandez. David went from aspirations of gaming and streaming fame to becoming an internet superstar musician with his songs trending all over TikTok. And for more information on his rise, you guys can check out my last video on this topic. But today I have updates for you guys, including more evidence that makes David look even guiltier than he did before. I told you last time that when they found the dismembered body in the back of his Tesla, that he tried to completely ignore the situation and continue with his countrywide tour that he was on at the time. But now the situation has gotten to a point where they had to totally cancel the rest of his shows, and his label Interscope has also pulled all marketing and promotion on him amid this investigation. And as reported last time, he was complying with the authorities, but the police have still not publicly listed him as a person of interest, and based on the evidence I have, David has still been extremely active online, even as recently as yesterday. So let's start with the fact that people had been calling David out with these Epstein EDP rumors since last year. Although he went back and turned off his comments on this specific TikTok, someone had left a comment as early as February 2024 saying, "Waiting for LAPD to get your ass for messing with a 13-year-old girl," on a TikTok that he had captioned, "Me to everyone I tricked into thinking this was a love song." And even back 2 weeks ago when the body was initially discovered, a Reddit user had commented, "This guy is a PDF from what I've heard. My sister, who is now in 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader, let's just call her C." And she would go on.
Son, come on, son. Edited 14 days ago. All right, somebody playing on the internet, or they being for real? When was this originally posted, cuz?
Trips with him to LA. They're all in 9th grade now, and it turns out C's friends knew and he would pay them to keep their mouth shut. C has been missing for over a month now and no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. Which does line up with photos of David handing what appears to be teenagers a brown bag and also a stack of cash. There was also a clip that resurfaced where David appears on stream with who people are saying is Celeste, and the girl in the video says something very strange.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Excuse me?
Mwah, 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 mwah.
What did he say?
Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything.
So he tells his moderators there to straight up delete everything. Also, pay attention to the chat, as his fans literally joked about him going on an Epstein flight. They also talk about a David and Celeste Island trip, while also...
Bro, who else would it be? Who else would it be besides him? Who else is capable? Who else would have done this? Who else could it be on the stream right there besides her, who is missing? Unless it's somebody who looked just, he got a type that's they twins or something. That got to be that little girl, man. And then the crazy part about it is it be right in everybody's face, and nobody decided to say nothing. Because this is me just getting hip to it now. Nobody said nothing. Somebody, I feel she could have been saved. Somebody could have saved the little girl a long time ago. People who saying this is C and this is that. I think he's with the because bro in the public eye at this point. You could have went to the girl, because I'm not gonna blame the parents. I don't really want to seem like I'm blaming people, but I'm saying in some reality, in some situation, you gotta tell somebody something, bro. It ain't snitching, bro. This is a little girl. She don't got no fully developed brain to be making no decisions to live on her own or with no boyfriend or even have a grown ass man. By the way, this ain't no 8th grade crush. This ain't no 13-year-old love. No, grown ass man with unlimited funds, it seemed like, and funds that steady coming in. Access to things. No, bruh. No.
Saying that he is both canceled and cooked. Someone also released a video from one of his concerts where he plays this unreleased song where David says this.
Care about the love when I'm with you, 'cause I be breaking it all the time. And I don't really mean to cause no issue, but I need you to know that I need you to know.
I mean, come on, guys. It was like this guy was addicted to dry snitching on himself in his songs and his music videos. And in a song called Decide that he released back in 2022, you know, back when this girl Celeste would have been 11 years old, David sings, "I know what the problem is, save your tears, 7 years, I know life is complicated." When obviously in 7 years from then, she would have been of age.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying? Why are you saying that like you're not like up there, gang?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go
This say to
crazy
move
year
off.
after year for the next 3 years, and then on the 4th year I retire. And on the 5th year I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib, no social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah.
But he is, yeah, he just, I'm glad, I don't want to say I'm glad because the girl gone, but like, in getting her justice at this point, his stupidity, and Jabari put it perfectly, snitching on yourself, because I can't even call it dry snitching at this point, because you basically saying, yeah, 5 years from now, that my little girl that I have with me is going to be an adult at that point, and I'm going to move off to an island with her. Like, it's in our face.
Bro, you'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah.
You can pull up on every
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely not.
Now, 5 years from that clip would also be when Celeste would be 18 years old. There was also rumors that the two of them even shared a Spotify playlist together, and there was a video from June 27th of last year where it looks like someone is sneaking her backstage at one of David's shows. Now, that looks to me like the body language of someone who is trying to be hidden. And it really does make me question, like, how many people were complicit in this cover-up? How many people knew that David was running around with this underage missing girl? Because even in his Discord, it's quite apparent that some of his fans...
Like a manager, somebody, something, a handler. Like, if you was signed and it was just people who giving him money, right? They was trying to keep that gravy train rolling as much as possible. Like, these people protect their assets. And in this situation, either he was doing a heck of a job hiding it, or they was just being complicit, like he just said, and hoping that nothing bad happened. But you can only monitor people for so long. And it looked like he did something when he wasn't being watched. So I think they knew. I think whoever was managing him knew.
kind of knew what was going on.
And I had the idea to kind of make this first music video introduce a character that I had been kind of ideating for a really long time. That's why you see him with the blindfold and the bloody shirt aesthetic and the bow tie. I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga. And I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Itami, which means pain in Japanese. And he wears this blindfold, and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And the story of the manga went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself. He's holding them.
Bro, he is telling on himself. He is telling everybody what he did. Is the word psychopath, is this the correct term? Because it's like it's right there, bro. It's in our face. It's in your face. He telling you what he did. I got an evil version of myself, and then I gotta go solve the crime. Come on, man.
Knife with a bloody thing. You got the girl who's basically like the ghost of the person that he killed. Was his first victim in the manga.
Other than that, internet investigators found an old video of David cleaning someone's shoes, captioned, "I clean people's shoes as a side hustle, by the way," and then they also found a picture of the girl Celeste sitting on a bus with the very same Jordans. And things would only get creepier when a now deleted user in his Discord server, who people suspect was Celeste, shared a photo where she has a David tattoo on her ring finger, which dons a wedding ring. The same user also shared what appears to be her and David backstage laying down together, and in this alleged screenshot, David even claims that he and the deleted user have a kid on the way back in July of 2024, which people obviously speculate could be the very reason that she ended up losing her life. And keep in mind, guys, at this time, all the information I'm sharing in this video is pure speculation. And technically, it is innocent until proven guilty, no matter how bad it may look. There was also old chats dug up where David says that he was addicted to watching videos. And to me, with some of this, it's like, at what point do they really consider, like, shutting down Discord or having a much heavier moderation system on that? I just really feel like every time some sick shit is happening, Discord is always involved as the means of communication.
They've been Discord and they've been kids. It's like going. It's like they can't get away from each other, bro. They can't get away from each other. You know what I'm saying? I be on Discord for the parlays. You feel me? But come on, son.
Now, to get back to the evidence, back in January of last year, David had posted a video on TikTok in which a user says, "Please adopt me, I need it." And David tags an account with the username 09-07 and says, "Should we?" And I want you guys to just take a wild guess whose birthday was on September 7th, which is also the very same day that David released his song Robbery-Homicide, which, like I told you last video, was the disturbing imagery of a body being thrown into the trunk of a car. I mean, it's like all the dominoes are falling, all the evidence is lining up against David. I don't really know what more people need to see. He also made this video in 2024, when your car declined to therapy and they bring in that one Hello Kitty girl that you met in 2021, and apparently this girl was known for her love of
But I know it's, again, I said it's circumstantial. All of this stuff is circumstantial evidence in the eyes of the law. And if you was in a courtroom, but in the court of public opinion, he guilty, bro. The evidence is the cup runneth over. He guilty, dog. He did that. He did it, bro. He did it. Unless somebody come with some crazy stuff to dispute this, bro. He did it. And they need to lock dog up right now. If he turned himself in and all of this stuff, like they said earlier, like, go get him.
Hello Kitty. There are alleged Instagram story leaks from her where she has Hello Kitty Crocs on and is potentially talking about David's Hello Kitty doll. From the same Instagram leaks, people found her wearing a bracelet that matches this photo of a hand on David's face. And they also found her purse in the background sitting on the couch of one of David's TikTok videos, with the same two keys you see there on the strap. And there was even speculation that David got the license plate on his Sprinter van changed to match her name. And people also found some alarming reposts on his TikTok page where there are jokes about ending your girlfriend's life for talking to other guys and being so jealous about stories from her past that you blow her brains out. Like, David, what past are you talking about? Like back when she was in elementary school on the playground, you sick bat.
Yeah, like when she liked Hello Kitty more than you. She know you with Hello Kitty. With who? With Bluey? With who? Paw Patrol? Like, come on now, son. Come on. Bro. He did that shit, bro. The evidence, bro. He did that shit. He did that shit.
Bastard. And here is where things get even stranger to me. Like I said, the police had not listed him as like a person of interest or even a suspect. And like I said, there is evidence that David has been online as recently as yesterday. Some of you may know that David was really close to a lot of the biggest streamers online. Him and this guy Jason had even made a song together that has now been taken off YouTube. And this streamer Lacey revealed that David had been watching his stream only 3 days ago.
David was in the viewer list on my stream and he just unfollowed me on Twitch. Is that, like, that's fucking creepy, no? Like, look, there's a blank for where the following was.
And just yesterday, he was tracked on Fortnite playing several matches of the casual reload game mode on his account. So I don't know, it's like the guy's whole life could be at stake and he's out here just running Fortnite, like living freely. I mean, something about that just sits so wrong with me. Like, why is this guy not behind bars? I mean, honestly, this sick might be sitting back loving the attention, because since this whole situation went viral, he's been breaking his own streaming records, because obviously a majority of people had no idea who this guy was before this happened, and also people want to see the potential dry snitching that he was committing in his very own songs.
Run away from home again, carving these notes into bloody arms.
You know, at this point, they have held a bit of a memorial for the girl Celeste. Her brother has also spoken out thanking people for their support. And obviously, the whole situation,
what did he
for her
say?
family, whether...
Run away from home again, carving these notes into bloody arms.
Run away from home again? Yeah, bro. He's just leaving the breadcrumbs all over the place. Guilty. Guilty.
You know, at this point, they have held a bit of a memorial for the girl Celeste. Her brother has also spoken
Rest
out
in
thanking
peace,
people
dog.
for their support. And obviously, the whole situation for her family, whether she had a rough home life or not, has just been absolutely tragic. Either way, the situation just keeps getting darker. Things just keep stacking up against this guy, David. I mean, at this point, I'm really just interested in knowing how many people were complicit with this going on in the background, how many people were helping him sneak around this girl, and how many people might have David actually paid off, because obviously this whole thing has become just beyond disgusting. And it's really just one of the crazier stories that I can remember in recent time, but y'all let me know what you guys think about the situation down below. As always, also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping up.
And shout out to Jamari, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to that little girl, man. Thoughts and prayers to the family, dog. This got me sick. And I'm shocked by it. A couple days, I was a couple days behind the news when it did drop, but this was a lot of good details and some stuff that I didn't know about was in this. But man, if you want to see more videos like this, dog, make sure you like and comment. If you got kids, protect your kids, monitor your kids. You're not a helicopter parent. Watch your kids.